John Fitzgerald Kennedy. John Fitzgerald Kennedy was born on May 29, 1917 in Brookline, Massachusetts. John F. Kennedy, nicknamed Jack, was the second oldest of a group of 9 extraordinary siblings. His brothers and sisters include Eunice Kennedy, the founder of the Special Olympics, Robert Kennedy, a U.S. Attorney General, and Ted Kennedy, one of the most powerful senators in American history. Kennedy's paternal grandfather, B.J. Kennedy, was a wealthy banker and liquor trader, and his maternal grandfather, John E. Fitzgerald, was a skilled politician who served as a congressman and as the mayor of Boston. Kennedy's mother, Rose Elizabeth Fitzgerald, was a Boston debutant, and his father, Joseph Kennedy Sr., was a successful banker who made a fortune on the stock market after World War I. After graduating from Schott and spending one semester at Princeton, Kennedy transferred to Harvard University in 1936. There, he repeated his by then well-established academic pattern, excelling occasionally in the classes he enjoyed, proving only an average student due to the omnipresent diversions of sports and women.
Shortly after graduating from Harvard, Kennedy joined the U.S. Navy and was assigned to command a patrol torpedo boat in the South Pacific. On August 2, 1943, his boat, PT-109, was rammed by a Japanese warship and split in two. Two sailors died and Kennedy badly injured his back, holding another wounded sailor by the strap of his life vest. Kennedy led the survivors to a nearby island where they were rescued 6 days later. In 1956, Kennedy announced his candidacy for president on January 2, 1960. In the general election, Kennedy faced a difficult battle against his Republican opponent, Richard Nixon, a two-term vice president under the popular Dwight D. Eisenhower. In November's election, Kennedy won by a narrow margin less than 120,000 out of some 70 million votes cast, becoming the youngest man and the first Roman Catholic to be elected President of the United States. In his inaugural address given on January 20, 1961, the new president called on his fellow Americans to work together in the pursuit of progress and the elimination of poverty, but also in the battle to win the ongoing Cold War against communism around the world.
An early crisis in the foreign affairs arena occurred in April 1961, when Kennedy approved the plan to send 1,400 sea-trained Cuban exiles in an amphibious landing at the Bay of Pigs in Cuba, intended to spur a rebellion that would overthrow the communist leader Fidel Castro. The mission ended in failure, with nearly all of the exiles captured or killed. That June, Kennedy met with Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev in Vienna to discuss the city of Berlin, which had been divided after World War II. Between Allied and Soviet control, in July 1963, Kennedy won his great foreign affairs victory when Khrushchev agreed to join him as Britain's Prime Minister Harold Macmillan in signing a nuclear test ban treaty.
On November 22, 1963, the president and his wife landed in Dallas. He had spoken in San Antonio, Austin, and Fort Worth the day before. From the airfield, the party then traveled in a motorcade to the Dallas Trade Mart, the site of Jack Nett's speaking engagement. Shortly after 12:30 p.m., as the motorcade was passing through downtown Dallas, shots rang out. Kennedy was struck twice in the neck and head, and was pronounced dead shortly after arriving at a nearby hospital. 24-year-old Lee Harvey Oswald, known to have communist sympathies, was arrested for the killing but was shot and fatally wounded 2 days later by local nightclub owner Jack Ruby, while being led to jail.
Coincidence between Lincoln and Kennedy. Abraham Lincoln was elected to Congress in 1846. Johnson F. Kennedy was elected to Congress in 1946. Lincoln was elected president in 1816. Kennedy was elected president in 1916. The names Lincoln and Kennedy both contain 7 letters. Both were shot in the head. Both were shot on Friday. Both of the president's wives lost children while living in White House. Lincoln's secretary was named Kennedy. Kennedy's secretary was named Lincoln. Both were assassinated by Southerns. Both successors were named Johnson. Andrew Johnson, Lincoln's successor, was born in 1808. Lincoln B. Johnson, Kennedy's successor, was born in 1908. Johnson's wife, Booth, Lincoln assassinated, was born in 1839. Lee Harvey Oswald, Kennedy assassin, was born in 1939. Both ran to a theater and was caught in a warehouse. Oswald ran from a warehouse and was caught in a theater. Lincoln was shot in the Ford Theater. Kennedy was shot in a car named Lincoln, made by Ford. Lincoln was seated in the theater on the balcony 7. Kennedy was in the vehicle 7 of the presidential motorcade. Kennedy's quotes: "The human mind is fundamental resource." My fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. Problems of the world cannot possibly be solved by skeptics or cynics whose horizons are limited by the obviously related. We need men who can dream of things that never were and ask, why not? And is not peace, in the last analysis, basically a matter of human rights? The right to live our lives without fear of deviation, the right to breathe air as nature provided, the right of future generations to a healthy exist. If art is nourished the roots of culture, society must set the artist free to follow his vision wherever it takes him. We must never forget that art is not a form of propaganda, it is a form of truth. Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or the present are certain to miss the future. Problems are man-made, therefore, they can be solved by man, and man can be as big as he wants. No problems of human destiny is beyond humans' begin. For a city or a people to be truly free, they must have the security right, without economic, political, or police pressure, to make their own choice and to live their own lives. Partnership is not a posture, but a process, a continuous process that grows stronger each year as we devote ourselves to common tasks.
Hi everyone, welcome to your favorite show, Talking with the Stars. Now, in this night we have a special guest. Do you want to know his name? Carl, please help us.
His name is John F. Kennedy, the President of the United States of America.
Hi everyone, it's a pleasure to be here with
Hi, President. It's my pleasure to be here with you.
you.
Okay, President. Now, the people want to know some things. So, do you want to ask their questions?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Now, the first one is from Carolina of Arizona, and she says, "What does it feel to live in the White House?"
Hi Carolina. Is to live in the White House is the biggest house where I have lived, with a lot of rooms. It's a lot of space, and it's so incredible. I don't have imagined the biggest house.
To live there now? Yeah, I think. Well, the second question is from Monica from Texas, and she says, "What does it feel to be the President of the United States of America?"
Okay, it's a dream that I had since when I was a kid, but it's so difficult because you have a lot of responsibilities and to take decisions to the good of the country. But it's so complicated to explain you. But it's a beautiful thing to see all the people, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Well, President, I think the time is over. So we're gonna have to let this interview from another day. Yeah?
It's
Well, okay. Well, like the time is over. See you soon. Bye.